Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your new moon reading. Okay, so we're going to dive straight in and see what's going on for you guys, how this new moon might be impacting you, and anything that you can get guidance on around this time. All right, so let's see. How is this new moon going to be impacting my Sagittarians out there? There we go. 2 cards out, please, from this deck. And if they don't jump out, I will just grab them. But let's just trust in Spirit trying to pick them out. All right. All right. We'll take it. There's quite a few though. So you have 4 swords. So this is a time of solitude and healing, taking a break, focusing on your health most importantly when that card comes through as well. 5 of swords, resentment and competition. So those came out kind of together. So I wonder if this is something that you're healing from. Any resentment, any anger, any feelings of bitterness because of maybe you feel quite defeated. Maybe there's some remnants of a conflict that's still lingering around in your life. The 4 swords is about addressing it. It's not just healing and, pretending it didn't happen. It's addressing it, right? Usually in the 4 swords, you have a person laying down, and the 3 swords, heartbreak, pain, is above its head. So it's about looking at something without feeling those feelings anymore. It's almost like, it's healing a conflict. There we go. Let's look at the other ones you have going on here. You also have the Ace of Swords and the Dawn of Cups, curiosity and discovery. I feel like that is the Page of Cups here. So let's just move this around. You could be getting some surprising emotional news during this new moon, especially with that Ace of Swords being there. Breakthrough and mental focus. Almost said mental breakthrough. That could be the case too. But if whatever you're healing, maybe that's where the breakthrough is coming through. Either way, Ace of Swords can also be communication, direct communication, receiving some important information. And Dawn of Cups, again, maybe this is a time of curiosity and discovery, and maybe that's within yourself, which Pisces can be all about. Anyway, let's dive into some more. Let's get you an angel message for you guys. What is your angels advising you during this new moon? Truth and integrity, the very similar vibes coming through here. We're just going to cover that card because of YouTube's new standards. But truth and integrity with that Ace of Swords and all of the other swords, 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, it makes sense that you're really addressing truth, a truthful outlook to a situation that may have been, again, very painful. But it's a breakthrough. I feel like you're really releasing a lot of pains that you've been through, by the way, which is awesome. But let's see how this will. Let's dive a bit deeper. Let's see. Let's dive a bit deeper, please, Spirit. One more from this deck, please. I'm pretty sure I have it in reverse. Let's flip it around. Right. For Sagittarius, during this new moon, free yourself. Oh my God, it makes so much sense. This says it's time to make a decision. Okay, follow your heart, and sometimes screaming helps. It's really a time of release, which is interesting because new moons are usually about fresh starts, new beginnings. And I guess there clearly is something to let go of in order for you to have this fresh start. So interesting. It's a new beginning towards your maybe mental or emotional freedom, whatever it is to you. Let's dive a bit deeper as always. Let's get some more cards out for you. This is a nice little healing mantra, something that Spirit might want you to focus on or do during this time. Please, Spirit. Oh, okay, that's interesting. It's like 2 almost came out, but then 1 came through. Integrating the ego. This says everything is for me, not against me. That's an interesting one. Maybe you've been in a little bit of a helpless or hopeless kind of mentality. All right. And this is an understanding that, okay, that's just my ego. Maybe there is something that you can do about the situation. I do feel like you have been hurt, and that is the ego in general anyways. And this is just a little reminder that there may be a lesson here. There might be something there for you that you can obtain or use to help yourself grow in some way. But let's see. Integrating the ego. All right, let's get another one here. 5 of Swords could be where that ego was a bit bruised in an argument, in a dispute. Things may have been said that, are not necessarily meant, but just to hurt in a way, because that's what the 5 of Swords can represent. It's kind of feeling like you've lost a battle of some kind. Okay. And that feeling of defeat could be what's blocking you. Oh my God. Sorry. This is just super messy. Okay. All right. For Sagittarius, let's get one of these out for the new moon in Pisces. Okay, got 2 here as well. This is Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, mystic priestess and teacher, and align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Okay, so this kind of feels a little bit like that tower. All right, where things, and remember in this, things are not as they seem when this is, when glass is broken, right? In reality, it's only one of her, but there could be, I don't know why I'm hearing split vision. Basically, what I'm trying to say, that glass broken does feel like something feels shattered in your life, or maybe your life feels a bit shattered. It's about putting those pieces back together again, okay? And that's what it feels like. And then you have this here. So maybe there is going to be some good people coming into your life. This does feel a little bit like a community, right? Sisterhood. But I feel like maybe you're focusing a bit more on your divine feminine, which does feel like it's about listening to your body and your intuition a bit more, tapping into your spiritual practices and honoring, you know, that part of yourself. And again, tapping into your intuition. So maybe meditation could help at this time, or just really clearing out maybe any of that. Not clearing out, but integrating the ego. It makes a bit of sense here. But let's see a bit more. We're going to dive into a tarot. Let's jump into the details. What is the overall energy of this new moon for Sagittarius? Oops. Oh my God. Guys, what is going on? Right, we're going to take the ones that are showing themselves. Oh my God. Things feel a little bit splattered. Bear with me whilst I grab the rest of the cards that just dropped on the floor. All right, now I cleaned up that mess. So in the energy of this moon, now it may even be things go scattered. So it does feel like maybe things feel a bit like a mess right now, or maybe you feel unaligned and not yourself, whatever it is. Everything can be fixed. Just remember that. So 10 of Cups being here, what Spirit's trying to make way for is towards your emotional fulfillment, right? So the 10 of Cups is about focusing more on that, right? Happiness within a family or a community, or just reaching certain goals. The great thing about this card, usually there's a rainbow here. This is the before tarot, so it's kind of like when the storm is there first, the rainbow will come after. So maybe you're in the middle of that storm. Maybe it's an emotional time for you, and that's okay. It's all right. Don't hold it in. Cry it out. Like the Free Yourself says, maybe screaming can help, right? Let it out, because the more that you hold it in, you're not addressing it. So that could again be still important for you. So 10 of Cups, all of this is making space or clearing the path for that rainbow to come through. 5 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Now, this may be where you're feeling that kind of emotional distress. Maybe for some of you, 7 of Pentacles, you've been working on something for a long time. You've been trying to build your life up, whatever it is. The 5 of Cups says that you're feeling a bit disappointed at this time because of maybe things have not been the way that you want them to be. Or again, 5 of Cups can be there has been some disappointments. All right. Now, 7 of Pentacles could come through with a little bit of advice that something needs to change. If things are not growing, we need to look at the environment, just like a plant, right? We need to see, you need to dive a bit deeper into that, right? Why am I not growing? Why am I not evolving? What am I not addressing, right? Just like plants, I want to say that sometimes we need new soil, right? Because there's no more nutrients in that soil, or it's not the right soil. So that is your environment. It could be about how much you're watering yourself. So how much love are you giving to yourself, or how much time are you paying attention to your feelings and emotions and allowing them to, just giving to yourself. I feel like fueling yourself, feeding yourself, whether that be like growing and evolving, gaining new knowledge, or whether it be through spiritual growth, whatever it is, something may need adjusting or looking at, all right, to bring a better environment for growth, right? That's ultimately what this is about. So again, 5 of Cups being about disappointments, understandable. Let's try and find a way to grow better, right? I hope that makes sense. Let's see how you are showing up though. That's the energy right now. You're clearing up a bit of a mess here. All right, what's the energy for Sagittarius during this new moon? How are they showing up here? The Page of Pentacles. Now, it did kind of come through reverse. I'm going to quickly clarify that for you. This is really an amazing card for growth, right? This is a very big time of awakening. It makes sense now why the Ace of Swords is here, because actually something I want to say, because it's resonating or seems to be similar in your readings, is that a lot of people had in their reading an uncomfortable or a harsh truth coming in. And that's okay, because when we know the truth, we gain clarity and we're able to move forward with that news. But it may be hard to receive, and it feels very internal for you guys. Maybe it's a harsh awakening that you're going through, where you realize, okay, maybe I am blocking myself by blaming others or by blaming situations. Maybe there is something I can do or change about the situation, but it of course is difficult to change things. No one's judging you, or to heal something, or to overcome something, whatever it is, we'll see. Page of Pentacles is great for being a learner, right? So if you are learning new things, if you are taking the first step into new things, I love that for you. And if you're not, and that's why it's in reverse, then it's a really good time to start doing that, right? In order to learn, in order to grow, we have to learn new things, right? If you're, it just reminds me of that, it just reminds me of that saying where it's like, what is it? Oh, okay. Now they're showing me something different. They're showing me like a container and a plant. You've outgrown a container, but you're not going to grow anymore if you stay in that same place, right? You need more. So that's interesting. And just like, I guess they say, where if you put a shark in a little fish tank, it's not going to grow any bigger than that. So again, I hope this makes sense to you, Sagittarius. That is basically kind of saying to you that you need to put yourself in a bigger environment. You need to go towards bigger goals. Otherwise, of course, things will always remain the same. Now, the Eight of Swords also came up. So again, this makes sense with the free yourself, because this is about mental entrapment. And there are legitimate reasons why you feel stuck. And I always say that with this card, like there are real swords around you. Okay. However, there is a way out of this situation. It's just, you have to take that blindfold off and look at it. So again, that harsh truth, it's difficult to accept that something is in your control, even when it's unfair, whatever it is in your situation. But that's why truth and integrity is here, is that there is a way out of a situation. Don't be blinded by your situation. Now that Tower coming through is divine intervention. Okay, to shatter something in order for it to kind of be built better again. So I wonder what they're trying to show me with that. So again, some of you need to learn some new things. Okay, let me fix that. And as I was just fixing the camera, I was looking back at this, and I wonder if, because of mental focus here, some of you might be focusing a little bit more on the problems and not enough on the solutions. And that makes sense with that Five of Cups being here too. It's almost like turning this into that, which is good, turning from emotional unfulfillment and disappointment to emotional fulfillment and happily ever after, so it's about no longer looking at just the problems that you do have. It's looking at the solutions that you have instead, what you can do around it. Let's dive into what your challenge is, or your blockage is, during this new moon. Yeah, your challenge definitely is to initiate some kind of change. The Hanged Man is very similar to the Ace of Swords in a way that you're gaining some kind of awakening. You're being called to look at a situation differently, which makes sense with that Eight of Swords, and it makes sense with that Five of Cups too, and maybe even at Seven of Pentacles. Something needs to change, right? Something needs adjusting. We might need to approach something differently or do just something different, and that's why Death card is here. Major Arcana cards, so these are major challenges and maybe even life lessons in your life, so it's very important. And again, it's about your perception, gaining the truth, all right, mental clarity, as we said, and maybe even focus in order to put an end to an old part of yourself. And that kind of death actually may feel like a bit of an ego death as well. So that might kind of align with this, letting go of, okay. So sometimes what happens, and this might not be for everybody, but sometimes what happens is like our traumas become our identity, right? Especially when we never really heal from it. It becomes our story. And I do really get a big message for some of you out there that this is about rewriting your identity and your story. And that might be what integrating the ego can be for you. Anyway, Hanged Man and Death is really about brand new beginnings on the horizon, but it's major change. Okay, Scorpio energy. Let's get some advice and guidance then for Sagittarius. What is the advice that you have for them? Four of Swords, resting, healing, addressing certain pains with truth, with clarity. Let's see one more. I feel like that makes sense with curiosity and discovery. It does feel like you're being called to address something, to discover a different narrative around it, to free yourself ultimately. Right, why is this why is the Four of Swords in the advice? One more for that. Six of Cups, yeah, it's healing the past, right? To gain back your heart in a way. I wonder what that means. Or to follow your heart, yeah, the Devil. Some of you need to heal from a very toxic connection in your past. The Devil can also be fears. This could be past fears, or yeah. The Devil can be anything low vibe, right? It's always represented as chains for me. I always see it as a big old chain in my mind, because it's something that limits you. It holds you back. It keeps you stuck. which we've seen a lot of in your reading. And again, you have free yourself being here. So for a lot of you, this needs to go. All right, I'm not going to show it too close because they're naked and YouTube has its policies. But for a lot of you, it's about addressing the devil here, addressing that, maybe even ego. Again, the devil can also be ego, limited thinking. Six of Cups, though, it's to do with the past, or maybe again how you've been doing things. So I guess if you want new, you have to become something new also. So I just really feel like, I wonder if you're having to address something to release it, to heal from it, to then be able to create some sort of change, which ultimately again feels great for you. You're freeing yourself, right? Which is going to be amazing for you, and aligning your life again. But yeah, whatever that devil is needs to go. So that is what I have for you. I send you all my love, my gorgeous angels, and let me know how this reading resonated with you and how this new moon is impacting you guys. But aside from all that, I guess I'll see you in the next one. All right.